can feel it. Such a perfect atmosphere. Gotta live for the moment. And the music's everywhere. Now I can hear it. And I can feel it. And it feels like we belong.
Alrighty. Part 2 of this Dataman saga. You see there, I got DOSBox running. And I've got it set up on my Windows 11 tower. It's running fine. And I worked out very quickly that if I do this, you see I've been playing a wee bit off camera. If I go to more options and open run with DOSBox, I can boot straight into the program. Dataman DOS software. And it's working, it's all fully functional apart from one thing. No programmer. So what I'm attempting to do here is, I am attempting to put a parallel card in my Windows 11 tower, which is down there, working about itself. This thing's bloody tiny. I think this is the same model that goes into laptops. Well, not laptops, like the mini desktops, the small form factor PCs. Although you could put it into a laptop, get it functionality. I don't know. I think pick me a card. No, it's pick me a card to do a laptop. I'm rambling here a bit, but I just had a message there for somebody. I'll have to answer them back in a minute. Yeah, this thing's tiny. It looks huge in the picture I saw on TV. I mean, I actually see in real life. I mean, there's my hand. It's teeny. I mean, I'm quite new to this PCIe thing. I was more an ICER PCI guy where the slots are like that big. This thing's teeny. Not much to it either. What's that? It's got a PCIe 952 interface chip. Who's that made by? Can't read that. Radio telecommunications or something? I think this has got the... It's got the footprints to add serial ports to it as well, but... Yeah. This is the parallel one. I think it's made by StarTech. And I think what they do is they make... It's a standard PCB they use, and then they make it in various different flavours where you've got just a parallel port, which I bought here. Got a second hand, but it works. Well, I hope it works. It was listed as working. Or you can have a single serial port, or you can have dual serial ports. And it said, I've got a serial port COM1 straight off the motherboard in there, and it works. So, we will add this. Well, I think without no further ado, we will just go and plug this in. Right. First thing to do, obviously, is turn this off. Get inside here and see what ports we've got available. Right, got to open, and the first thing I notice is I don't have a PCIe 1 slot in here. A 1X slot. I've got a 16X slot. I've got 2 slots for the graphics card. Don't have anything else. There's my COM port there. It's just like a ribbon cable straight in the motherboard. There's no parallel port on the motherboard, so I think these are a fairly standard pinout. I don't think there's any difference in the pinout between the 1X slot and the 16X slot. I think those end pins there, like down there, will be pin compatible with this layout here. So Oxford Semiconductors, that chip is. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think although there's more pins on it, and there'll be a lot of unused pins on it, I think we'll still be able to slot this down here. Maybe there might be a bit of BIOS contention or something, I don't know. Or maybe I'll have to set something up in the BIOS for it to work. But, yeah, we'll give that a go. I'm going to have to move this ribbon cable up first, over to the other side of that graphics card. But that shouldn't be too much difficult. Yeah, so, off to get a screwdriver. Right, so, moved that up to here. And I've got my little parallel card in here in the first slot, and it does fit. You can barely see it in there, but it is locating in. Just got to make sure it's screwed in absolutely correctly and can't move, because like I said, it's far too big for the slot, but we'll see. I mean, sorry, the slot's far too big for it. It looks ridiculous. But I'm pretty sure, like I say, the pin out's exactly the same. So let's see. Right, quick sanity check. Yeah, it's powering up. Turn it back off now. And it went back off on soft off, so that's a good sign. I love this case, by the way. It's got a magnetic dust cover that just sits in there. That's cool. Right, it's back to go. Let's see what happens. Keyboard's waking up. There we go. It's alive. And it starts. Hesitated a wee bit there. I think it's looking for that card. So, get my finger out of the way of the shot. Hold on a minute. Is it Windows key X, is it? Device manager. Let's see if it's in there. WSD print provider. Ports common LPT. It's not there at the minute. Other devices. Ah, it is! It is! Update driver. Ooh, no, I don't want 25H2 now. No thanks. Apparently that breaks things like PCI ports and stuff. No, I need to go looking for the Star Trek driver. Shoo. Hold on. Probably that one. Which one was it called again? Is it that one? Accept. Yeah, that looks like it. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah. Drivers and downloads. Hold on, give me a second to review which one I actually had. There we are, it's a Star Trek driver. It's a PEX1 P2 card I've got, so I need oh my god, what do I need? What do I need? That one! There it is up there. And I'm going to have to go out somewhere, so to be continued. There it is. As simple as that. Download the driver off the website and boom. And now, LPT3. Why the hell is it LPT3? Hold on. Properties. Port settings. Enable plug and play detection. Driver. Details. Events. Where's the resources? Why is it put it there? Why is it put it there? That's going to be fun to try and use that. Yeah. I wonder if DOSBox can see that. Yeah. Let's see. So that's a bloody weird setting. But I've got it set here. So, anybody's guess if it's going to work? Well, this has been fun. This has been absolute torture. I've been tearing the remains of my hair out for hours and hours and hours and hours working on with this. Cut long story short, I've been seriously struggling to try and get this to do absolutely anything. Tried DOSBox at first, but all it seems to do is with the device driver here. See, where's it gone? Hold on. All it seems to do with the legacy ports enabled is it just goes to either LPT 1, 2 or 3 and the Dataman 48 can't see it. I just get over and over again, Dataman 48 not found, Dataman 48 not found, Dataman 48 not found. So I tried to set the real address and it didn't even recognise it was there. It said it was disabled. So it was driving me utterly mental. So I thought, well, maybe it's the software I'm using. So I tried Virtual-box. And Virtual-box doesn't even have, it doesn't have parallel ports anymore. They've got rid of them. I tried VMware Player and it's locked it to file. Doesn't have parallel ports there. So I was going absolutely bloody nuts. So in the end, I spent a good few hours looking through all sorts of forums, looking through Linux forums, looking through DOSBox forums, looking through DOSBox search forums, and way down the bottom of my Google searches I found a little snippet where somebody actually got a StarTech card working with DOSBox. And the suggestion in that was to enable the log file for DOSBox. I thought, there isn't a log file. No, there isn't, because you have to go into the configuration file and create a log file for it to save to. And when I did that, see what I find a million things. That's not me, here. When I did the log file, look down here, and it said LPT1 invalid device. Now you see there now. You see there now. I've actually got the device proper address set there. One of the proper addresses. One of the things annoying me with this StarTech card is it got 2-bit I/O addresses, which I don't understand. It's only one parallel port, so it should only have one address, surely. I'm not too sure, but I've got one of those base addresses set correctly now. It was when I followed the information on that forum post. noticed that you have to have it arranged that way, whereas I was having the colon after real LPT and not real biz there. So I've absolutely no idea still whether it's going to work or not. But at least I know now that we're actually detecting the right ports. So if I take this, I take this, it is seeing it. Right, so wish it luck. Holy mother of pearl and everything else. Back in last week, got it. At last we got it. See, whatever this DFF4 address is a load of bollocks. It's that one. Look at the configuration file now. It's giving me an extended capabilities register rather than just 00 like it did before. We've got it. My God, thank God for that. Let's see if the self-test works. So I'll just point myself down at that Dataman there and see what it does. Ha. Look at that, it's really working. My God. Yeah, I found it's doing some weird stuff there. Just let it go. Let's get it stop. Fantastic. Fantastic. Right, so I'm going to take you guys through real quick how you set this up. Obviously, first of all, you're going to need to have your StarTech port installed, and you're going to need to take a note of that address. Then you have to install DOSBox X, not DOSBox, DOSBox X, because it comes bundled with those. Once you've got that installed, you need to, and this is where it gets a bit tricky because these can be hard to find now, but you need to find that there. It comes bundled with the inbound binaries, but the website those came from has disappeared, but I believe you can still get it in some of the DOSBox forums. So you click that to install the driver, and that installs the direct port access driver to 132. Then you have to run DOSBox as an administrator once, and that starts the service in Windows for direct port access. Then go to the DOSBox configuration file, find parallel, and set parallel 1 there to real LPT, real base without a colon, then a colon, then that address, that top one, whatever that top one is, it's not always going to be that. Save this. Start up DOSBox. Oh yeah, hold on. You've also got to, let's go to the log file. This will be blank when you first start up DOSBox. Change that to any name you want. I've set it to crash log, but it can be anything at all. It can be log file or log or data, whatever. That'll enable the log file. And then when you start up DOSBox, open up the log file and check that doesn't say invalid type. It has to say your parallel port address, and then it'll give you an extended capabilities ECR that is more than 0. If that's 0x00, something went wrong. Don't worry about this end bit there. They're never detected as ECP, but it is working as an extended capabilities port. If all that's there, your parallel port will work in DOSBox. And your Dataman 48 will work in DOSBox. And my God, that has been a bloody mission. I was actually all for ripping that StarTech card out and putting a Sonics one in, which I know works because I've used it in the past. But I'm going to leave that StarTech one in there for now. That there is now going to get stuck under here. This will get put away, and I'll maybe just set it on top of it. It won't do any harm. It's a big silver box. I'm going to get out of this bedroom because there's indications coming from downstairs that the family want to go to sleep. It is late at night. And we'll play about with this later. Maybe be a part 3 to this video, I don't know. Maybe play with some ICs, some ROMs, burn some ROMs, whatever. But for the minute, it is working with my Windows 11 tower. Which, if this wasn't working, I was going to throw the Windows 11 tower out and just go back to the laptop. But I won't need to. That doesn't mean the laptop that I bought for £20 is going in the bin either. I've got plans for that. I've got something rather interesting to show off in a few days. After I get my arse back to the table and repair an MPU floorboard or two. Or finish repairing them. Because the parts have finally arrived. I've got the parts for China for one of them. And there you go. Right, if you liked the video, feel free to leave a comment, subscribe, all the rest of it, yada yada, and good night.